video. Walk of the Wild Side. We're down here in Blackpool, New South Promenade, just opposite the Pleasure Beach, and I've had a few people ask me, Stephen, why don't you go in the Pleasure Beach? And some more questions as well. Why don't I go on the piers? Well, I'm going to answer those questions now. I tell you what a difference a day makes, folks. I was round here yesterday at the same time, about 2:30 in the afternoon, and it was chucking it down here in Blackpool, but there was still quite a few people here. Anyway, why do I not go to the Pleasure Beach? I've not been to the Pleasure Beach since I've been doing this channel. In fact, I have not been in the Pleasure Beach properly to visit the park for over 10 years. Well, the last time I went on the big one, long time ago. Yeah. So I must get back on it, folks. Yes. So I must get back to the Pleasure Beach. I can't really explain why I haven't been there, because I love the thrill rides. Anyway, we're down here on a very sunny New South Promenade, and I just want to show you a little bit around here before we carry on. Oh, it's kicking off, folks. It's kicking off. It's kicking off in Black. Oh, it always seems to happen, doesn't it? You know, as soon as I start filming, it starts to kick off in Blackpool. Anyway, I just want to show you something, just in case you're not aware. We've got a load of artworks down this part of the promenade. The mirror ball is the most famous of them. Now, we're supposed to have some artworks here on these plinths. It's Life is a Circus by Peter Blake. There were bronze sculptures on these two plinths right here, yeah, but unfortunately they were targeted by metal thieves. This is the plaque here, if you want to read it. Sir Peter Blake, OBE. Yeah, what an unfortunate thing to happen for the metal thieves to try to nick them. They did try to replace them with less valuable sculptures, but even those were targeted. Anyway, that's it for the Pleasure Beach. I will try to get in the got to get in the Pleasure Beach. I think I need someone to go with. What do you think? Yeah, I don't like to go to these places on my own. Anyway, let's take a look up here towards the pier, and I'll tell you why I've not been on the piers. I'll tell you what, you know, it is really busy here on New South Promenade, and you can tell by all just getting got a ding off the tram there. You can tell by all this traffic here. Just look at all these cars. Wowzers. All the way up and down. You don't normally get this much traffic down this way. Certainly not in the week anyway. Well, it is quite lively here, folks, on the promenade. It might not really look it, but there is a bit of an atmosphere today on a Tuesday. A bit different to a wet Monday, like it was yesterday. Anyway, let's have a little look out and see what it's like over the sea. Look at this. Wow. Don't you wish you were in Blackpool? Why have I not been on the piers? Well, actually I have been on the piers on the channel, and I've been on the North Pier a few times. I'll put links in the description to the times I've been on the North Pier. I've been to have a look at the Starling shows and that sort of thing, and I've also been on the Central Pier once. The only pier that I haven't been on is the pier that's closest to me right now, the South Pier. I've never been on the South Pier on this channel. Hey, I tell you something, I bet the Map Master would enjoy the Pleasure Beach, wouldn't he? Maybe the Map Master could join me at the Pleasure Beach. That'd make an amazing video, wouldn't it? But will he go on the big one? Oh, just look at this, folks. Can you hear that? I can hear a typhoon, just like that plane they had at the end of the air show. But we're looking down on the beach again now. Just look at this. Isn't it absolutely awesome, folks? Anyway, we're now looking towards the South Pier, which I've not been on this channel. Yeah, the South Pier was the last of Blackpool's 3 piers to be built. It was around about 1893, yeah, a year just before the Blackpool Tower. Check out this car park here opposite the Pleasure Beach. It looks absolutely rammed. I can't believe it. It's a Tuesday, folks, and there are loads of people here. Can you imagine what it must have been like during the air show? I heard that there was over 100,000, in fact, probably more like 200,000 people here for the air show. That's the sandcastle over there. We're going to take a little look at the South Pier just over here. Hi to the guy in the distance there who just waved at me. Must be a fan of the channel. And I'm now down on the beach here, just opposite where the high tide organ was. The high tide organ used to be just up there, and it worked off a series of pipes that were on the sea wall here. And when the water came in, it pushed the air through the pipes of the tide organ and made it make a sound, and it was really awesome. And it was a shame they had to pull the thing down. It was one of the artworks along this part of the promenade that they've had to remove. So anyway, we're just sort of making our way towards the South Pier. I'll just take you for a bit of a walk along the sand. The tide is just going out, as you can see. There's the South Pier there, and I can hear a lot of music on there from the rides. We've got rides on there, we've got the crazy coaster on the end. I don't know about this bungee ride. Does anyone know if that's... I don't think it's going, is it? I've never noticed that thing going this year. So, but you've got lots of other rides. We've got a waltzer on there. You've also got a gin house if you want something to drink. Well, that's a really nice place. So there you go, that's the South Pier, folks. Oh, just look at this, folks. What's it like to live beside the seaside? I can tell you, it's pretty nice. Yeah, so there isn't really an excuse, really. I think that the reason why I've not been on the piers, it's probably more to do with the fact that I haven't really needed to go on them. It's a bit like Blackpool Tower. I had not been up Blackpool Tower for 40 years because I didn't really see a whole lot of point in going up there until the Map Master came along and he took me up there. What an amazing trip that was, to get up Blackpool Tower for the first time in all those years. Well, I think one of the main reasons why I don't go on the piers is probably because they're a little bit, I know the North Pier, yeah, they're a little bit, I'll tell you what, they don't like people with cameras on the North Pier, you know, especially people with big cameras, yeah. So there you go, folks, there's no real reason why I haven't been to the Pleasure Beach or to go on the piers on the channel, really. And it's one of those things, isn't it? It's a bit like I've not been up Blackpool Tower for 40 years. And it was nothing to do with being scared of heights. It just seemed like there was no real reason for me to go up there, but at last I managed to get up there with the Map Master, and that made for an amazing experience. So thanks to the Map Master. Don't forget to follow his channel on YouTube. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hopefully I will be going on the piers again very soon and going in the Pleasure Beach. Can we get the Map Master to join me on the big one? That's the question. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you do, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I'll see you again on the next one. I'm going to leave you now with some scenes here on the beach. Absolutely awesome.